What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Now, last week we installed a set of the drop brackets on the Gladiator. This thing is driving like a dream. It really did improve the handling. If you missed the video, go check it out. The plan was in this video to install the Apex steering boost kit. I had mentioned that it was time to kind of upgrade the steering. We have the 37s, the larger tires, and you know, your two options are to go with like the Apex steering boost kit, which is new to the market, or the tried and true hydro assist. We're running that on the JK. It's a great system, but I'm very curious on this Apex steering boost system. Now, I was getting ready to get it, get the Jeep in there, start working on it. It is quite an involved process. And I was like, oh, let's go ahead and move the JK. Well, we have the JK's first Hemi issue. What is wrong with the Jeep? Hear that? So, hopped in here to start it up, and it is not starting. Get a click from the starter, and what that usually means is either your battery's too low or your starter's failed. In my case, battery's perfectly fine. It's most likely the starter. Quick tip, if you ever do think your starter is starting to go bad, is just to grab a little hammer here, and we're gonna smack it a few times to see if we can get the Jeep to start. Luckily, the starter's pretty accessible in the Hemi swap. Let's give it a few taps and see if that is the issue. Still nothing. I'm gonna go grab Cassie and see if she can turn the key while I hit it. Can you believe the starter's already bad?
No.
All right, so I'm just gonna be smacking it with a hammer.
Okay.
Just keep trying, I guess,
okay,
to start it.
Yep. I think this is a fail.
Yeah, I don't think it's working.
I will take it before.
One more time for good luck. This is my fault because I did install a used starter on the Hemi swap. Saved a few bucks, but now it's gonna bite me in the butt. So I'm gonna run to O'Reilly, grab a new starter. Hopefully that fixes the issue. And then it's time to install a new lighting system on the Gladiator. So I've been running the Baja Design LP6s on the front bumper, and they're phenomenal. Got a new little setup here that is pretty interesting. It's gonna work for the JL and JT. I'm excited to see how they compare. Not really compare, but see how these work, and we can kind of compare them to the Baja Design. So let's run to the store and hopefully fix the 6.4 Hemi. I should totally just mess with the person behind the counter explaining that I need a Dodge Ram 1500 starter for my 2010 Jeep Wrangler that has a 6.4 Hemi, and that I also need a front pinion seal for a Ford Super Duty and a rear axle shaft from a Chevy Silverado 2500. It would just blow their mind. But no, really, I probably should make a cheat sheet. For example, like the starter on the 6.4 Hemi, I don't have to use a 6.4 starter. I need a 5.7. It's like a, I think like 2014 Dodge Ram 1500 with the 8-speed 5.7 liter Hemi. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, O'Reilly's. I'm just kidding. I'm exhausted. I worked all day and now I can change my starter. There's no sponsor for this video. Let's go get this installed. All right, guys, it's the moment of truth. Will she fire up? Oh, now I think the battery is actually dead. Dang it. I think we tried to start it too many times. Oh, yeah. She is back in business, boys. Oh boy. So let's go ahead and move the JK out of the way, get the Gladiator in the garage so we can take a look at these new ORC lights. I figured it was time to add some pod lights here. That way, like at night, I can really emphasize the bird poop that's all on my hood. But no, seriously. Offroad Concepts, otherwise known as ORC, makes a pod light kit specifically for the JL and JT. As you can tell, everything's laid out here. It is going to be kind of like a bolt-on system with everything that we need to run pod lights on these Jeeps. They did reach out to me and send this to me for free. It's new to the market. They want somebody to test it out and give them feedback. So I was like, sure, I'll do that. There was no talk of making a video or anything, but I thought, you know, let's get this installed. I want to show you guys. That way, not only can I give them feedback, but hopefully you guys watching this video can give them feedback as well. Now, this is a pretty expensive kit. Right now on their website, it's like $715, which is up there with some very, very high-end products. You know, like Baja Design, Rigid, all of those guys, pretty expensive. This is right up there with it. I will say, opening the box, I wish I had done an unboxing. Very well packaged. The attention to detail is impeccable. But, you know, it's made in America. They are a new brand, so maybe that price will drop down later. Oh, hi, Minnie. What do you think? We're gonna install this. I wanna hear what you guys really look for in a lighting system. Are you somebody who really wants to see the brightest output, the best output? Or are you more of just, hey, if it's cheap, it works? But so far, just looking at this, it looks like a really nice kit. So we got 2 pod lights, and as you can tell, these things are funky. Look at that. So I have seen some of these before, really, really cheaply made on Amazon, and we'll see. I mean, they do look impressive. Their website says these are gonna put out like 8,000 lumens. There's 2 LED chips in there, and as you can tell, it's like a magnifying glass. So who knows what kind of light this is gonna put out. I'm assuming it's gonna be kind of a flood system. We have our 2 pod lights. We have our hardware here, which what I will say is actually really nice hardware. It is aluminum, it's anodized. Overall, everything so far that I've touched seems extremely nice. The brackets that are designed for the JL and JT are aluminum anodized. That way we don't have to worry about these things rusting out anytime soon. And as you can tell, it's a very nice design, very sleek, lightweight, but it definitely still has some weight to it. So that's gonna sit right there. The only bad thing about running pod lights on our JL or JT is that we can no longer fold our windshield down. We've done it once on the Gladiator. I really don't see myself doing it too often. So we have our brackets there. And for example, I mean, everything was wrapped up really, really nice to prevent, you know, damage during shipping. I mean, for example, look at the light. Instead of just throwing the bracket in there, they put a piece of cloth in there so this wouldn't get, you know, rubbed around and start messing with the powder coating or anodizing. That's my one thing that I hate, is when I buy a product and it already comes kind of chipped. We have a little spacer here to prevent corrosion. And of course we have our hardware, what looks like some red Loctite and a sticker. And then over here for the harness, this is where this kit really shines. This harness is designed once again for a JL or a JT. They have 2 different harness in the Apex kit. We have the Mopar harness. So if you have the auxiliary switches, this harness is going to plug right into that, and it's going to be really easy to install. So you have that for the same price, or you can get the ORC harness. This is kind of their specialty harness, which comes with their own switch system, which is really cool. So the harnesses, I will say, we'll check them out later, but these are some of the best harnesses I have seen in a while. They all use the Deutsch connectors. Everything looks really, really, really like professional when it comes to the wiring harness. And like, no offense, but a lot of the stuff for Cassie's LS swap came in, like the Holly Terminator wiring harness. This stuff looks nicer than that. So a light wiring harness is looking better than some of the like top brand engine like management wiring harnesses. So that says something. And then of course we do have the switch. This is what I think is pretty cool. It's a 2-hand job. This is their ORC switch. This is going to mount using double-sided tape right up here beside our grab handle. So we can just push it on and off right there in the corner, or we can use the Mopar switch interface. That was a ton of talking, I know. No matter how nice everything else is, the wiring harness, the packaging, the most important part is the light output. So the next few steps, we're gonna get all of this installed. ORC does have a step-by-step video on their YouTube channel and online on how to install these, but overall it's pretty simple. Since it is designed for this platform, it is gonna make it super easy. So let's go ahead and get all of this installed so we can check it out tonight.
Dang, Ben, you really pissed off some birds.
Dude, I was not kidding when
It's
I was
all
talking
over.
about the bird poop. Over there, if you park beside the tree, the birds just poop all over.
My car beside you doesn't get no bird poop.
I know. So we're working on the harness right now. It's extremely simple. Their instructional video shows you exactly what to do, but the relay mounts here under the cowl. We have all of our connections. So far, I mean, it's going really
Nice and
simple.
clean.
But I will say, I should have bought these things sooner. These are the little clip pullers. In the past, for probably what, the past like 15 years, I just used a flathead screwdriver. Guys, get these. I finally broke down and bought a pack on Amazon. It is worth it, of like various sizes. But we're gonna pull this little grommet out of our seal here and run our wire through. Now the really nice thing about this kit, well, we're gonna talk about it later, but the attention to detail, there's so much stuff. So we're pulling out this clip. The way they have this shrink wrap right here, the way it's sized, is the exact same size as this push clip, so it seals it up when you run it through.
Yeah, it's a nice
There's a
fit.
lot of little details. So we're gonna run this through and then pretty much just keep wrapping up this job. You know what? I haven't checked the catch can in a while.
Oh, I was just asking about that too.
She was like, man, those are some big lines.
Yeah, these are giant, guys. I was under here and I was like, man, you got some big catch can lines.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Let's see.
Dude, she is full.
Holy crap.
That is,
Oh my God.
wow.
I don't think we've ever emptied a,
I've emptied it
wow,
once,
that's
but this
crazy
is like-
lighting, but
this
look at that.
Full. Oh man. Got my used oil jug over here.
Oh my God.
Look how much is in here. You ready? That is crazy.
I am mind blown right now. I mean, it hasn't been that long since we emptied it last.
No. That's why everybody's like,
mean-
oh, you don't need a catch can. Well, I mean,
Oh.
would you just grab this right now and like with your engine running and just slowly pour it into your intake? No,
Ugh.
not at all. Why would check that? All right,
It's wild.
back to the lights.
Back to the lights.
The pod lights are installed. They are the only clean thing on the Jeep right now. Everything else is dirty. Cassie and I have been looking at them.
They just look super clear, but
Yeah.
there's a bubble there.
You don't really
looks
see
so
from
crazy.
here. It looks like a I don't know. You can't really tell that it has the bubble on there. It is
not look
it
like
is
a
pretty crazy, but we can't really test them right now. Everything is wired up. It was really easy. Like so far the materials, install, all of that was 100% really, really nice. The switch is really cool because when you're driving, you can just hit it with your thumb. And as you can tell, a little backlight comes on. So I can see that they're coming on. Oh yeah. But tonight we're gonna take it out, see how it does, and then we can really talk about the lights. But we
In the meantime, we have some
meantime, we have to go pick up something.
else to add to the
A new
driveway.
vehicle, because right here there's a spot that is
Two spots.
there's
open.
two
We're
spots.
gonna go pick up one.
We're gonna go pick up one of them. So we're gonna go do that, and then tonight we'll be back,
Test the lights.
test the lights out. All right, let's go ahead and hit the lights. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
Those are actually pretty bright. I would turn it around right now, but I don't think we should. Where'd she go? She's not even in. I was gonna say, I was about to turn it around and show what they look like, but then it would show off the new build.
It would.
The surprise would be
we
ruined.
can't show that yet.
So, you ready to go for a drive?
We're gonna have to go for a drive and go somewhere else.
So right now we have the Mopar LED headlights, which are already extremely bright. What we've noticed, Cassie and I have been playing around with them. So those are the Apex pod lights, right? So it is kind of hard to really pick all this up on the camera, but headlights on, headlights off, and then those are the pod lights.
Look how much more distance you get.
The distance, we're gonna go back, off. So
Those
of
are
course,
headlights.
the headlights are a nice widespread, but the pod lights give us a much further distance. Now, we also compare them to the Baja Design LP6s, which aren't even really in it, like, those aren't pod lights. Those are full, like, Baja race lights. So these are in their own category. As you can tell, I mean, the Baja Designs definitely are the brightest out of all of them, but I will say that the pod lights themselves do put out a pretty decent light output.
It's impressive, especially like imagine like turning them to the side a little bit. You
Oh
would get
yeah,
the
I mean,
distance
they're
and
not
just
exactly
move over.
angled all the way right now either. So I mean, we'll go ahead and, that is just the pod lights. I can tell I could bring this one down out to the left, this one out to the right, spread it out a little bit. Are these the brightest lights on the market? They're definitely not. Combined, I think they put out a total of 8,000 lumens, which is pretty impressive, but there definitely are better lights on the market. So we have a lot to talk about. We'll drive down this road for a little bit, get some clips. I think these would be good for,
Can you see me? Hey.
yeah, I think these would be better for like trail riding.
Yeah.
Not exactly like high speed stuff. And that's where the Baja Design lights, you know, something like that is gonna be more for high speed. Whereas if you're trail riding, these would be perfect. So one thing that's kind of crazy is that the Mopar headlights definitely do seem really white, but whenever you switch over to these, it makes the Mopar headlights look yellow. So this right here is just the Apex pod lights. They are pretty impressive, especially now that we can look out into the distance.
Oh,
You know,
put your brights on.
put the brights are, oh yeah, good call. on. So there.
So brights on, they give you that same distance.
Yep, and then we'll go ahead and turn those on. These are definitely further than the brights.
Yeah, they go a little higher up too.
Yeah. And then now we have the mix of all three. You can just see everything. We can see into the future. We have the Apex light kit, we have the Baja designs, and the Mopar headlights on. And wow,
I like this combo.
This is actually, it is crystal clear. This is insane.
You can see everything.
This would actually probably be perfect if we ever go off-road.
Soon, guys, soon.
One other thing I just noticed real quick is this extra side beam of light. I don't know where that's coming from. I mean, because it's from the pod light, but it cuts off right there. And then there's another side piece right here, which is actually really, really handy because when we are off-roading, that is right to the side.
So you can see rocks and
stuff. So you can see rocks or whatnot. That is pretty neat. I'm glad I caught that.
Good call out.
Is it on your side too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, pretty handy. As you can tell, ORC definitely did put together a really nice kit for the JL and JT. You know, overall, the attention to detail was really, really good. The wiring harness was amazing. The brackets are really nice. Everything fits perfectly. The pod lights are especially bright. I mean, they kind of like surprised me. Most pod lights, you really can't expect too much out of them, but these, they definitely are pretty bright. Are they the brightest on the market? Not exactly, but overall, it is a very well-designed system. So I'm gonna be giving them some feedback. You know, that's what they wanted me to do, was you know, tell them what I thought of the kit, and you know, I'll discuss that with them. But I do want to hear what you guys think. What do you think of this kit? For like $750, it is way up there, but if you're somebody who wants a nice kit that's gonna bolt on to your JL or JT and really be designed for it, this is definitely the kit for you. I do wish, and I'll tell them this, I wish they would sell these components individually. So just sell the brackets, or if I just wanted the wiring harness for a JL or JT, sell that, so maybe I can use their wiring harness, their mounts, and just put some different pod lights on there. That might be something that I would recommend, because the wiring harness, it just blew me away in the quality. So I want to hear what you guys think of it. What do you look for when it comes to a lighting system? You know, I asked that earlier, but go down to the comments and let me know what you look for when it comes to off-road lighting. Now, I also did mention earlier that we were going to pick up a new vehicle for the driveway, and you've probably already seen it right now. So Cassie and I picked up a C6 Corvette. Guys, we got a good deal on this. There's a ton of issues with it. We are going to fix it up, turn this into a race car. It's gonna be on Cassie's channel. And don't worry guys, the Jeeps are not going anywhere. This is just a project that we're gonna kind of work on the side. Probably some videos on her channel. Jeeps are pretty built, we still have more projects for them, but it's really important, what I think so at least, is to continue working mechanically on other different things, just so you don't lose that edge. You know, it's always, you know, you keep building Jeeps, you kind of forget what else is needed, what else is out there, and you continue learning. So this is definitely going to be one of those projects. Like I said, there are a handful of issues with it, which you will see soon, but it is a sharp car and it's gonna be a great platform to build on. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I really want to show you guys the pod lights. I am glad we got the Wrangler fixed. We do have some wheeling trips coming up, so stay tuned for that. That is it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys later.